Hello everyone out there, and welcome to another edition of Cinema Talks. My name is Vincent and today we will be discussing a film titled Lepo Selo, Lepo Gora, Pretty Village, Pretty Flame, written and directed by Srđan Drakojević of Serbia. Now this film has been known for its controversy and the way Drakojević goes about telling the true conflict in former Yugoslavia. He uses dark humor to tell this war story, which can be unsettling, but it is typical of Balkan culture. The movie takes place in modern-day Bosnia during the time of the Yugoslavian War. The movie flashes through the lives of two main characters, Milan and Halil, best friends during childhood but war enemies as adults. These two boys grew up together in a small village in Bosnia during the Tito era of Yugoslavia. Comrade Tito was one of the greatest leaders for this country. As their first president, he kept them at peace until his death. In this film, Tito died, which led to the chaotic deterioration of Yugoslavia. Ethnic tensions rose and foreign influences pushed towards independence, and war was inevitable. This film is very artistic in its ability to bring all the characters' motives to join the war together, and tells us why they have found themselves in the predicament they are in. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a scene from this film that has great contextual meaning of the history of Yugoslavia. Let's take a look.
The scene picks up about 3/4 of the way through the film. The Serbian Christian troops are trapped inside an abandoned tunnel that they were forced to retreat to by the surrounding Bosnian Muslim soldiers. They have been here for hours, getting restless and ready to fight. The Muslims supplied the hostages with a little entertainment to try and provoke them to do something stupid.
Ajde, uzmi od ovog ima da proleš. Av. Super.
The mise-en-scène of the film includes the tunnel, the local actors and actresses, and the soldier costumes that they are wearing. Drakojević chose the tunnel as a focal point throughout the entire film to create an interesting diegesis and symbolism. The first scene of the film was a celebration of the opening of the tunnel, which symbolized the unity between Bosnia and Serbia. Later in the scene, notice that the tunnel is shut down and abandoned, symbolizing the broken unity and relationship since the start of the war.
Dragi naši četnici, spremili smo vam bogat kulturno-umjetnički program. Pjesme vaše i naše mladosti.
What's that song? What are they singing?
When the song Basila Siv Niz Rajiku by Indexi begins to play, the director uses a visual trope of close-ups to see the faces of the Serbian troops that go blank. They are immediately taken back to a peaceful time before the war. We get to go into Milan's flashback when he was a child with Halil. The Muslims purposefully chose that song because they knew what it meant to the Serbian people. A time of peace, prosperity, joy, freedom, and unification of Yugoslavia, all under Comrade Tito. Notice the dialogue between the characters of how much this song meant to them.
Ja je još uvijek volim.
The director used flashbacks as a narrative pattern throughout the entire film to create contrast between pre-war, war, and post-war times.
Požuri, ba vam zvonit će.
Čekaj, gledaj sad, Roki.
Joj, šta rade? Vidiš.
The Christian-Muslim relationship during the war was extremely important to its outcome. Drakojević wanted to highlight how this relationship between the two groups of people went from peaceful to deadly because of the war. He showed this with the two main characters, Milan, a Serbian Orthodox Christian who was best friends with Halil, a Bosnian Muslim, during their childhood. But once they grew older and the war began, they became enemies fighting against one another.
Šuti, bala, uči se. Zvonit će. Zvonit će. Neće, Bona veliki odmah.
Šta ti je, Bona? Poštar uvek zvoni 2 put. Evo ga, dolazi preporučeno.
Joj, nek putuje.
Prekidamo program radi specijalnog saopštenja Centralnog komiteta Saveza komunista Jugoslavije u kome se kaže: umro je drug Tito. Danas, 4. maja 1980. godine, u 15 časova i 5 minuta u Ljubljani, prestalo je da kuca veliko srce velikog sina naših naroda i narodnosti, predsjednika naše socijalističke federativne republike Jugoslavije,
To ne plaćeš bola.
predsjednika Saveza komunista Jugoslavije,
During the flashback, the same song from the tunnel is playing while the couple was having sex. Again, this shows the impact Indexi's song had on the free people. When the radio announces Tito's death, the couple begins to cry because they know what that meant for the country: chaos. The young onlookers, on the other hand, can't cry. This signifies that the next generation would be numb to the impact Tito had in the shock of his death. They would have no notion that the country would fall. Because of their careless attitude, they would eventually fight over stupid things.
Nikako.
Ajde ti prvi. Neće bola.
First world powerful countries did not get involved in this war. They let the involved countries battle it out. The female American reporter forcefully got sucked into all the action. Her poor attitude represents the United States' unwillingness to intervene in the Civil War to stop the mindless violence.
Do you wanna dance?
Oh, I would, but my feet are just killing me.
Okay.
O, Turci! Ima li među vama pičkama neka slobodna za stiskavac?
Peljo, nemoj im padat na te folove, molim te. Pripucat će slud.
Ko im jebe mater? Znaš ti jesam ja prvu ribu u životu smuo uz ovu stvar.
Prevolite bre, koji ti je kurac, ubićete.
Majok.
Evo mater ludu.
Al noćas, ako sluša, nek čuje bol. U pjesmi koju pjevam njoj, samo njoj. Zauvijek neka nosi na srcu znak. Život je jedan, ona bacila. Šta je ovo klošar, jel može to bolje? Pa ove noge su skakale s drugog sprata Volksbanke. To je već nešto. Tako po stomaki u trubu, ajde klošari! Alo, tako sluša, nek čujemo!
After a detailed analysis of the scene, we can conclude that Srđan Đurđević was passionate about revealing the truth behind the war. He used hidden contexts of meaning to convey this theme.
What an amazing depiction of former Yugoslavia and the stories behind the individuals that served their country. That's all for today. See you next week on Cinema Talks.